What's going on, guys? Today, I got a quick deck profile for you guys. This is Imperialdramon slash like Magna Armors type of deal, type of blend. I played it last Friday, got third place, went 2-1. My matchups were one Belphamon and then back to back Sukuyamons. So all in all, I feel like the deck performed pretty well. I'm just gonna show you what I did verbatim and then kind of talk about cards I would kind of mess around with the ratios. I just want to give you the authentic experience that I ran for the tournament. So to get right on into it, we're playing the best draw egg. We got the BT12 Demi Vmon. One attacking. If you have a green Digimon in play, draw one. Amazing, because this deck loves to draw. It's really hard to, like, once you're going, it's hard to not find everything in this deck because you draw so much and you search a lot too. And speaking of searching, we got 4 of our BT12 Vmons. It's not the pretty Gen Con ones, but that'll do. On play, search 3, grab a free trait, Imperialdramon or Davis Madomia, and then the end of turn, because you really want to emphasize this, the end of turn DNA Digivolve. It just helps extend plays, especially with the level 4s that gain memory back and the Daiken giving you memory back. So even if you're passing turn with like 2 to give, you're gaining like 2 to 3 back. So it just helps like when you do your DNA plays that you're not just like giving up turns so easily. Next is our boy Promo Vmon. Great card. Your turn once per turn. If you're digivolving into a free trait Digimon, if you have a tamer, reduce the cost by 1, or gain 1 memory, reduce the cost by 1. I forget, but I know the cards right in front of me. And then the inheritable is not once per turn, one attacking. If you have 2 colors, draw 1. So it's really good with when you go into Imperialdramon and you get to swing and then draw 1 off of here and then draw 1 off the Demi V egg and then unsuspend and then swing. You get to draw another card off the Vmon. So again, this deck just loves to draw. It's so good. It's so fun. Next, for the green cards, we have 4 BT12 Wormmons. Same thing as the Vmon. On play, look at 3, except you don't get to find a Davis Madomia. You search for a Ken Ichijoji, which is fine because the dual tamer is either or, so you're never really whipping that tamer. But you will whip on the Memory Setter Davis, which is fine. The Memory Setter Davis is just kind of there. We really just want to find the dual tamer more than anything. And again, like the Search of Vmon, it has to end a turn to DNA Digivolve to again facilitate those DNA evolution plays. And then for the one of rookies, we play the Promo Wormmon, and then I have to always look. It's the BT16 Wormmon. So I like these at the one-ofs. This one lets you search for like a 2-color card and a Ken. So it's a little more flexible. Let's just try to find like dual-colored cards like the option card to like help Digivolve and all that. And then the Wormmon is really good, especially like in like the mid to late game. Playing it off of like the dual tamer to on play Digivolve from trash if you don't have any level 4s in your hand to kind of recycle. So this always just keeps your plays going, and then the inheritable is really good too, is when attacking, suspend an opponent's Digimon, shut off a blocker, even though by the time you're doing Imperialdramon, your opponent shouldn't have any blockers anyways. But the deck does struggle with like redirects, because we don't get that big. But that's where MagnaX fixes things, and we'll talk about that. Next up, we got the BT12 XVmons. Pretty detrimental to this deck. Has the inheritable jamming, so we don't die, and then your turn, if you were to DNA Digivolve, gain a memory, again, we just get to keep turn going for our plays, or choke our opponent. Either way, gaining memory is always nice. So we play this one at 4, especially for the jamming in here, because let me tell you, we don't get big. Jamming's all we got. And this is like an Imperial / Armors deck, so we are playing the 4 BT21 Lydramons. Armor Purge has Piercing when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then this Digimon gains 2k DP. So it's just kind of nice. You're swinging, you can swing over like level 5s, level 4s, level 3s, kind of just put pressure, and that's assuming you have nothing. So at the end of the day, it's a suspend, and then you can go into your Imperialdramon. Not that it's not going to suspend anyways, but again, it's just an armor trait. It's probably the better armor to play in this deck. It's green-blue, so it just helps supplement our green-blue strategy, because we all know that 4+4 equals Imperialdramon, and that's all we can ask for. And so for one more armor, we're going to play the one-of. This is a one-of. It didn't really come up too much. We were playing the starter deck. What is it? The Terriermon starter deck, Magnamon. When one Digivolving, you get to strip sources off your opponent's Digimon by how many colors they have. If they have no sources, bounce it to the hand. It's just nice little removal. It's a Magnamon. It has a security effect to de-Digivolve one. And then your Vmon may Digivolve into it. So, like, a cute little play you can do is, like, say you already have a level 4, and you get to de-Digivolve your own level 4, and then Digivolve your Vmon into it, and then do the Source Strip and bounce. It's a really niche thing. It's not going to come up often. It is something you can do, but for the most part, it's a nice little security bomb Digivolving like an Ace or something. So, just another armor to play. That literally could be anything. And then we also do play the Stingmon, the BT21. Great card. It gives piercing, and then same as the XVmon counterpart. If you were to DNA Digivolve, gain a memory. Great card. We are just kind of like going more heavy into the level 4 green lineup coming from the Lydramons, but the Stingmon is always still kind of nice. And then we play the one of limited Stingmon. Our boy got shot in the knees. Had to happen because it's a non-once per turn draw. Because the Dream Stack is like Promo Vmon, Demi Vmon, and the Stingmon and then Inherit. So you swing, you're drawing 3, unsuspend, swing, draw 2, drawing 5 cards, and like your combo is just absolutely amazing. That's why you don't really mind playing like too many 1-ofs in this deck, because you are drawing a lot, and your Vmon and Warmon should be able to search everything. Especially because you're playing him for free off the Tamer, so it is nice. I wish it wasn't at 1, but what can we say? It had to go. And then obviously, it is a Imperial deck. We are playing for the BT21. Imperialdramon has Partition, which helped so much during this tournament run playing back-to-back Sukuyamons, because if you have the Imperialdramons to just keep chaining, you don't care about Mandala. Mandala is just like, okay, yeah, neg me 9, I'm gonna spit out 2 bodies, I'm gonna DNA again, probably gain 2 memory if you have the double memory gains, if not, maybe 1. Best case scenario, at least 1 to 2 memory every time you DNA Digivolve. And then when Digivolving, you suspend all your opponent's Digimon with equal or less sources to this Digimon, and again, it's a DNA deck, so you usually have like a pretty good stack by the time you go into it. And then all your opponent's suspended Digimon cannot unsuspend until the end of the next turn. Amazing card, and then it has the 1 attacking, suspend 1 Digimon. If it didn't suspend, unsuspend. So most times you are getting your 2 full swings. Sometimes, you know, you don't get it, but for the most part, you do. You do. And then it has the inheritable partition, which comes up a lot. So I'll show you why that's so important. But before we get there, we're playing the old starter deck, Imperialdramons. These are fine. They don't have partition, which sucks, but it is what is it? I think you bot deck like a level 6, yeah, or 6k DP or less Digimon, so you get to bot deck something on Digivolve, and then you get your 2 swings. You more than likely are gonna have your jamming, so it is just 2 more swings that you can do. It's one of my favorite arts of this card too. I know there's like that other one, it's like black and white. That card's hot as fuck, but we settled for this one because it's cheaper. Next. Honestly, I think this card is probably the best card in the deck. Even though Imperialdramon is amazing. We have 2 MagnaXs, and honestly, after the tournament run, I might want to go to 3 on this card, just because it is so good. Especially if I'm already playing like a pretty heavy like armor package with the level 4s, I feel like bumping this up to 2 or 3 might be fine. It's just an amazing card. It really helped out with the Sakuya matchups too, because he goes off before Mandala goes off, and he just gets big. So if they have like a suspended Sukuyamon or Maiden Mode or whatever, you'll swing, hopefully proc out, check his security, unsuspend, gain 3k DP, and you're able to swing over like all of them, even if they're linked with something, bringing them up to like, what, 13? So, great card. When a security stack is checked, you get to activate his when Digivolving effect to become immune to all effects, unsuspend, and gain 3k DP. So, it's really hot. If you proc on your turn, you gain 3k, and then if your opponent procs it too, you're gaining 3 more k, becoming a very big 18k DP wall that's unaffected. So yeah, great card. I feel like 3 might be a better spot to be at for it, but I think the 2 was fine, especially with how much you're drawing and how much you're searching, because it is a free trait, so it is searchable off the Wormmon and Vmon, but I would like to see more of these. So I think having that one at 3 is probably fine. 4 might be a little overkill. And then now we have the old, I think this is what, BT12, the BT12 fighter mode. This one's pretty good too. One Digivolving. If this, I think it's like suspending your opponent's Digimon, and then if you have a Dragon mode, in the sources, you could bounce to Dragon Mode from sources back to hand, and then bottom deck all your opponent's suspended Digimon, which is so sick. And then its all turns is if you have a green and blue source in the stack, this Digimon gains Sec +1 and blocker. I'll be honest, it's not often you're using this for like the blocker. More than often, you're just kind of doing to supplement the go per game or put pressure. But the board, just being able to address the board with this is really nice. It's searchable off the Wormmon Vmon, the freaking Davis Tamer, who's the best green tamer in the game. It's a good card. It didn't come up at all during the run, but I think with the way the format's shaping up, it's not a bad call, because if you get to go like Imperialdramon, suspend the board, go to Dragon Mode, go to Fighter Mode, and then go there, you're just bottom decking everything. But I know some people were playing Giga Death, because Giga Death was a pretty interesting card that bot decked all your opponent's suspended Digimon, which was a play when this deck was like on top, but kind of moved away from then. So that's there, and then we play 2 Fighter Mode Aces. Just something for the reactive play. It's pretty good. Pretty good. You get to bot deck something that has less sources than this guy, and I think when attacking, I always have to read these cards. You get to, when attacking, or end of attack, unsuspended Digimon, then if Imperialdramon Dragon Mode is in the sources, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, you get the, if you're, when blasting, you get to bot deck something. When end of attack, you get to bot deck something and unsuspend. It's good. I don't think the tournament run, I used anything for level 6 except the Dragon Mode and the MagnaX. Like, the fighter modes hardly came up, like, ever. Sometimes I wish they would have been there for the reactive play, but for the most part, it was really just MagnaX and Imperialdramon in a dream. So we're playing one of the BT21 Dragon Mode. This card's pretty good. When Digivolving, you get to suspend one of your opponent's Tamers or Digimon, and they can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. And then one of your Digimon may unsuspend, usually him. And then he has this really dope all turns ability that I never got to use, which is all turns, if your opponent were to play something or Digivolve via effect, you get to Digivolve into a fighter mode first. So it's really sick, especially on your turn, if like you're swinging, your opponent's like, oh, I'm gonna ace, and you're like, oh, you're gonna Digivolve via effect, got him, I'm gonna Digivolve into like fighter mode mid-swing and then bot deck your stack before you can actually do that. Or if it's just like a go wide deck playing out bodies, you're like, okay, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna go into fighter mode and bot deck something. So solid card. It just kind of helps because you get to go like Imperialdramon, swing, Dragon Mode, unsuspend, swing. Or you can go swing, Dragon Mode, unsuspend, Fighter Mode, swing, end of attack, unsuspend, swing again. Which is like the typical Imperialdramon combo, but you're not really doing this as often because you're kind of like leaning a little more into the MagnaX when you're going for level 6s, but that's there. This card is to go. Came up quite a few times in the tournament run. Low-key wish it was at 2. Might put it to 2, but I have to come to terms that this isn't just a straight up Imperial spam DNA deck, which it is in a way, but just when Digivolving, you get to spit out a level 4 lower green and blue Digimon, so you can spit out like a 4 and a 3, a 3 and a 3, depending what you need at that time. Usually it's going to be 4/4, then DNA, and then go again. But this card's great. I wish it wasn't a 4-cost Evo, because sometimes you have to like tap your Tamer to gain a memory to make it a 3-cost so you're not passing turn. Sometimes you need to use the option card to reduce the evolution cost by 4 and then go into it. It's good. It came up quite a few times to go wide and spamming evolutions or DNA and gaining memory. Card will always be fun. It'll never not be a fun card in Imperialdramon. Excuse me. And then we have the one of Paladin mode. Great card. Bottom, like, purple players hate to see this card coming. You get to bottom deck their whole trash. And if they had like I think if they have a white level 7, you gain memory back, so you get to go into this and keep turn. So it's pretty good for any decks that are playing like Omni X's or Blitz Omni. I think there's like the really main 2 white level 7s you're ever going to see. And then after that, you have the one attacking. If your opponent has a Digimon with no evolution source, you get to bottom deck and unsuspend. Amazing. Kind of helps just kind of go for game if they're playing like a token deck that have no evolution sources. You're like, okay, bet I'm just going to swing, win. So great card. One of is fine. Depending on like your locals, I guess you can put it to 2 if they're playing a lot of like token based decks and whatnot. But I felt like 1 is fine. And then for the Tamers, we have 2 of the best green Tamer in the game, Davis Madamiya. Memory Setter, on play. Search 3, grab 1 green, 1 blue. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Grabs your pieces, sets your memory. What else could you ask for? Amazing card. One of the most broken tamers to ever be existing. That I'm very surprised it hasn't gotten hit, but I guess Imperial is kind of like past its prime. It's still a good deck past its prime. Starting main phase, you can play out a Wormmon or a Veemon from your hand, and at the end of your opponent's turn, it gets bounced back to your hand. And then your turn, if you're DNA Digivolving, or if your Digimon were to Digivolve into a green or blue Digimon, you can suspend it to gain a memory back if you're trying to like keep turn and go for your plays. But the more busted thing about it is that if you're DNA Digivolving and you suspend it, you strip 3 sources, and that goes for any amount of tamers you're suspending. So you get to strip sources, and then it makes it easier for your Imperialdramon to be able to suspend things because there's less sources on board. Great tamer. Usually you want to try to find it in your opening hand. If not, good luck. Good luck. It helps so much. You get to kind of just keep coming out of nowhere with DNAs every turn, especially like if your stack gets outed and you have like a level 3 or level 4 in the back. You're like, okay, it doesn't matter because then start a turn, I'm gonna play out one, Digivolve, and then DNA, and then we're just spiraling all over again. But great tamer. Great tamer. You definitely want to try to find it. It's highly searchable, so if you don't find it, very unfortunate. And then for the option cards we play, the one of, obviously, we got HPD. If you watch my tournament run, I did find HPD like quite a few times because we draw so much. Great card. You can tap down like after you do your swing with your Imperialdramon and unsuspend, you get to tap it down with HPD and then go into the Dragon mode for free to unsuspend. If you're using the BT21 one, if you're using the starter deck Dragon mode, it's just nice because you go swing, unsuspend, HPD, go into the Dragon mode, spit out 2 bodies, DNA, and then swing. So you're getting 3 checks, and then you get to like re-stun the board. Say if you are on an old stack and the board's not stunned, you can just make a new one spitting out level 4s and then stun the board again and then have fun. So great card. Obviously, it's at 1 for a reason. And then we have 2 Jade Memory Boosts. Honestly, don't think I played this card once. Don't think I played this card once. It's a memory boost, right? You search 3, grab a green or a blue. Delay, gain 2 memory. It's not much else to say. It's a memory boost that helps with consistency. You get to pop it, gain 2 memory, extend your plays, or start your plays. And then last, we have 2 of the... I always forget how to pronounce this one. Return of the Primogenitor. Amazing card. Main, if you were to Digivolve into a level 5 or higher free trait Digimon, reduce the cost by 4. So this helps so much going into like your top end, especially MagnaX. It is a free trait. So you can pay 2 to go into MagnaX for free off of Imperialdramon, which is so good, so good. And then you have the delay effect of if one of your free trait Digimon were to leave the battle area, you can delay, Digivolve into a Imperialdramon in your hand without paying the cost to prevent the deletion or it leaving. So MagnaX usually doesn't get outed, but you can go MagnaX into Paladin mode, which is like a little annoying for the opponent. But for the most part, like you can make your Imperialdramon sticky going into a Dragon mode or Fighter mode, depending whatever is in your hand. This almost never came up for me this run. For the most part, I was using it as like a pseudo HPD, just being able to kind of like go for my plays and not pass turn. Great deck. Yeah, the only thing I would consider changing for this deck is probably bumping MagnaX to 3 because that was very relevant in my matchups. But other than that, the deck is fine. I think it's fun. I don't know what is better, either just pure Magna armors or pure Imperialdramon, but I think together it does work. It's fine. It's fun. I do think it can be competitive, especially with like there's a lot of decks right now that like to go wide, which is why Crimson Blaze is so valuable. But being able to like suspend down a board and just kind of like pop off out of nowhere is always gonna be a treat. So it's gonna be a treat. I love Imperial. I love armors. So together it's one big happy family. But that is it for the deck profile. I got more decks. Gonna try to get more gameplay out. So if there's anything you want to see that I don't own, I can play it on the sim, and I'll give you my input. I'll give you my thoughts. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'm gonna have some locals content coming out probably tomorrow or Sunday. So stay tuned and peace.